Welcome to the Boca Voice. I am here today with Tamara McKee, who's running for City Council. Tamara, thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, Peter. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So tell us, why are you running for City Council?
I'm running for City Council because service is a part of my family and it's what I've always done. My dad was in the Navy and my mom was a public school teacher, and I have also been in service for a long time. And it's what's most important to me, and it's what fuels me, and it's what I'm focused on.
Now, you've been a part of this community for a very long time. I know that your former husband was the principal over at Boca High.
Mm-hmm. And Spanish River, too. Mm-hmm.
And you've been entrenched in this community as part of the PTA as well as other things, and you yourself has been just a large part of this community. So what makes your service to this community so important to you?
I have served as a parent and as a volunteer in over 30 nonprofits in our city. And through that experience, as a founding member of the Boca Raton High School PTSA, at Spanish River High School, with Boca Ballet, Hospice by the Sea, Boca Helping Hands, many, many organizations, and also coaching my kids' sports, I have really been able to meet and serve so many of our residents and understand what makes our city tick, understand where people are in need of service, and the mechanisms that allow our city to work and to be so prosperous and wonderful.
Great. So tell us a little bit about Tamara. Tell us a little bit about you. Tell us a little bit about your background. Tell us a little about your family so that our listeners get to know you.
Sure. So I am a native of Miami. I've lived in Boca Raton since 1998 in the same house. I've raised 4 children here in our public school system. I'm a small business owner. My professional background is in film and television and advertising and media. I have worked as an actor with many TV shows that probably many of your viewers have seen that were filmed in Florida, like Bloodline and Burn Notice and The Glades, as well as projects all over the country, House of Cards and many feature films, as well as Fortune 500 companies like JetBlue and McDonald's and Ford and Wendy's. So that's my professional background in running my small business. And as far as who I really am who you see. I am the same person today that I was several years ago. I've been serving at a city level and a state level on the City of Boca Raton Board of Elder Affairs. And then I was appointed on a state level position to the Florida Real Estate Appraisers Board, which has quasi-judicial, quasi-legislative, fiduciary, and disciplinary duties, which are the exact same duties that the City of Boca Raton Council has. So I have the experience of sitting on a dais in a public meeting and doing the exact same scope of work that the City of Boca Raton does, the council does, and I did that for 6 years. And I had a 98% attendance rate. So I've been serving for a long time. I really love to serve, and it also is a counterbalance, I think, to my professional work, which is as an artist. It's very different from my work as an artist, so it's a counterbalance for me.
So tell us some of the challenges you see ahead for the city.
A big issue is our traffic. Obviously, another big issue is our permitting department. As I speak and go door to door to hundreds of homes, I hear that repeatedly from small business owners, big business owners, and just residents, homeowners. And then another big issue is we have fiscal issues coming in our city. They're coming, and we have decisions that need to be made. And I know that I am uniquely positioned to make good, common sense, effective decisions.
That's great. So put us in place, you get elected, okay? How do you think you're going to get along with the other city council members?
That's a great question. The first thing I would say to you is that I have parliamentary experience. I've sat on a dais with 9 members, and I understand how to get one's agenda accomplished because I did it. As far as getting along with them, I have a very good relationship with all of the city and council members, and I also don't take myself so incredibly seriously. I mean, none of us have the nuclear button. You know, it is important what we do, but I don't take myself so incredibly seriously. I have a very good relationship with all of the members of the council currently, and any variation that may come in the future.
That's great. You know, one of the questions, and we were getting prepped for the show today, that I'd asked you is that we were asking you who else had interviewed you, and I found it incredibly odd that I had asked you about when you were talking about getting on the Boca Watch, and you were told me your experience. Would you care to elaborate a little bit about that, that you were actually, what happened when you asked about being on that show?
Yes. The long and short of it is that Boca Watch will not interview me.
Why is that?
I don't have an answer for that. I will tell you that I became an involved member of Boca Watch before any of my fellow challengers even lived in Boca Raton. So I have a very long history as an involved person within that organization. So I think maybe the reason is that it's not really a fair and balanced platform. I think it's, it has an agenda, and that's fine, but that's not the story that's put out. The story that's put out is that they're in sort of a journalistic
And that's unfortunate, because I think if you're going to try to put something across, and what we try to do is you want to listen to both sides, of everything.
That's being responsible. I think Boca Watch has done a lot of good things in our city, especially when we didn't have any coverage from the Palm Beach Post on our politics, and I think they have shined a lot of light on things that needed to be illuminated. But I hope that they find a way to be fair and balanced in the future. That's not my experience right now.
Well, I hope so too. I think.
And thank you for having me.
It's good. I want any journalistic viewpoint needs to be fair and balanced. You always need to have a yin and a yang to everything that you're looking at, and there always needs to be fact and fiction checked. So whenever you're looking at it, so. One last chance to kind of put out to all of our viewers as to what you want them to know, and I'm sure there's quite a few things you want them to know. We've got to kind of limit the time.
I do. Okay.
So go ahead.
Okay. So my central platform is based on restoring transparency and trust in our leadership, based on the past 6 months. A second issue is traffic, like I said. A third issue is permitting, making sure that the permitting department changes from a no and slow to an excellent culture. I have many real and solid proposals for our schools, especially regarding to our safety with our schools and the coordination between the school system and the city of Boca Raton. I am uniquely positioned to be a person that can coordinate with our city and our school district to make sure that as we're in this weird zone right now where the school district hasn't been able to get enough police officers, and we're amending them safety-wise to make sure that coordination is most excellent and is safe for the children and the faculty. And then our economic issues that we have coming regarding our lowering of our revenue with the homestead exemption increase that's coming. And I have real proposals for that.
That's great. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it. Good luck on the campaign trail.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you so much. Thank you, Boca Voice.
Thank you so much for joining us. We look forward to seeing you soon, and we look forward to seeing you on Fact or Fiction Friday. Once again, thank you, and don't forget to follow us online and on Facebook.